Can we do something special for the most special person in my life tonight? Can we pray for her?
Welcome to A Room with Four Views. I am Jason Brown. I have sitting here with me today Chris Langley. Hello.
Hi.
I have Ethan Jacobson.
Hello.
And our guest, because Jimmy is home today not feeling well, Hadley.
Hi.
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 Today we're reviewing the new movie, I Still Believe. It's based on Jeremy Camp's memoir of the same title. It focuses on Camp's romance with his first wife, Melissa, whom he married in October 2000 despite knowing she was dying. I don't want to tell anything else because I want you viewers to be able to go out and enjoy the movie. But if you know Jeremy Camp's life, you know what happens. So anyway,
In the trailer, I think
the trailer's pretty
Break it
obvious
off,
what's
it's
going to
just- yeah.
happen there.
it's not, yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I guess we should keep in the same fashion that our friend Jimmy would do. Chris, would you see it again?
Yes.
Oh, well. E, would you see it again?
No, I would not.
Okay. And Hadley, would you see it again?
Personally, no.
Personally, no. Okay, I would see it again on DVD or Blu-ray or Netflix.
Does that count?
Does that count?
Yeah.
I think that does count, doesn't it? Because it says that I want to watch it
It
again.
sounds
I just don't
wishy-washy.
think I want to go and sit in the theater
You
again
need to
to watch
commit,
it.
dude. Like,
I need
would
to
you or
commit?
not? Yeah. Would you or not?
Okay, yes, I would see it again if my wife wanted me to take her to go see it.
Once again.
That doesn't commit? No, I liked the movie. I'm
Okay,
going to come out
there you
right
go.
now and say I liked the movie.
Okay.
I like the movie also, and
Okay.
I think I would use it therapeutically than if I saw it again.
Okay,
It's like on
define
a
that.
date.
How would you use that therapeutically?
Well, if I'm feeling discouraged by human nature, or that God's not listening, or just those bad times that sometimes you get into, I could see turning it on and feeling like things are okay.
You got inspiration from it?
Yes.
That's amazing, what you just said, actually. I mean, I don't take that lightly. Because it wasn't the whole point of what she had said, the girl, that she could just affect the one person, which I have a real
Right.
problem with. I don't know why everyone always says one person. Why wouldn't you want to affect everyone in a good way? But there it is. I mean, right? He just literally just said he would go out and use this movie, this story, to help him.
Right.
I think that's amazing.
It is huge.
Just want to say that.
When I was teaching, we had a story, and it was that there'd been a high tide and then a low tide, and a bunch of starfish had been stranded. And this guy was walking along, and every once in a while he'd lean down and throw one as he walked back into the water. And this guy said, "Yeah, but what about all the ones that you don't throw back?" He said, "Well, it's really important for the ones I do. I know that much." And that always kind of reminded me, you can't fix everything, but you sure can fix some things.
Right.
And I always sort of think our job is to redeem the world in whatever ways we can to help the process. So this movie to me did that. It sort of encouraged me that in moments what dark nights of the soul, or moments of lack of faith, that you can see a very simply told story that that a lot of us can relate to in various ways, either personally or in terms of friends who have gone through the same kind of process, and I guess tragedy. I don't know if you want to say tragedy, but
Yeah.
and that it can be redeemed in a lot of different ways.
Positive can come from the negative,
Yeah.
right?
So what's one thing you really liked about the movie, Hadley?
I'd say my favorite part is when they met.
When they met?
Yeah.
Okay. And you, E?
My favorite or a good part?
Good part of the movie. The part that you really enjoyed.
The acting I think was pretty good. The lead, the lead character.
Right.
I guess whoever played Jeremy. Who was that actor?
I got it right here. That was KJ Apa.
Yeah, he was.
Did a great job.
Yeah. And the girl was cool too.
Brett Robertson?
Yeah, the acting. I didn't. Yeah, just I don't know. But that we're thinking about good things. So
Right.
that was it.
Okay. And you?
I like the fact that they seemed like real people,
Mm-hmm.
because they were, I guess, playing real people,
Right.
first of all. But also, it was a very simple story told simply. You almost knew where you were going each time something happened. But I really like that everydayness of it. It wasn't like super special in any super, people's lives were just people's lives. And I like
That's a
that.
good point. a really good point. I didn't realize that until you just said it. That was, yeah, that had an effect on me too.
I loved the love story. I mean, I'm a sap for that. I got sucked into it, really enjoyed it. I'll start with what I didn't like about the movie was my allergies acting up the entire time. They kept getting watery, and through the movie I would have to stop and dab my eyes just because of the pollen in the air. That really got to me in that movie theater. It has to be it, right?
Right.
What didn't you like about the movie? Oh, here it comes, guys. Watch out.
I didn't like how religious it was. I mean, I am a religious person, but not that into it. I'm still, like, questionable about religion, and so I just thought it was very religious for me. So.
Well, on that note, I've watched other Christian movies, and I've found them to be overbearing, the acting to be flat, or... Bye, GoPro. We lost our... we lost our corner angle. I didn't find this one to be as religious as I thought it would be. I didn't. Well, wait. I guess it was religious. I didn't find it to be preachy. And it's got to be religious because it's about two religious people. I mean, if you were going to watch a movie about two Satanists, I'm sure it would be Satanist filled. I just feel that the story wasn't overreaching when it came to religion. It was just, I thought it was very well balanced for their lives. I mean, because it could have been a lot more.
It wasn't a recruitment film to come over to our church. We have the best one. That kind of thing at all. It was about life, really. And some of the answers they had discovered that helped them get through life and figure out what to do. And the book is even kind of more interesting because there's conversions involved in it and transformations of life, which we really didn't see there. They came on board, seemed to be fully engaged in their Christianity and living it. I mean, not preaching it, but living it. Right,
because you said in the book, as we were talking earlier, that Gary Sinise's character actually was a drug dealer.
Yeah, he was an alcoholic and just a mess.
Yeah,
the father.
Father,
and he kind of went in and out of it. It was no simple solutions anywhere. It's a struggle to keep your faith. Right. Belief is one thing, but keeping your faith in those dark times. And I think that, was very valuably demonstrated here. Even he was struggling after at the end of the movie for a while, and I think that's realistic. Mm-hmm. It reminded me, I've gone through my mother dying, and then my wife dying, and then me nearly dying. So I've done a lot of thinking lately about dying. Yeah, and I thought it was really helpful that way. Like if assuming someone else dies in my life or, is struggling with life, I would find that very uplifting. It just was such a simple story told simply, I think, in a way.
Yeah.
Best ones.
What didn't you like about the movie?
Okay, it's kind of a tricky thing for me, but I mean, it was extremely religious. I mean, all the thing was all about God. I mean, literally God. And so, I mean, I don't know how you can say, but I guess actually I don't know what you guys are talking about in terms. I mean, I know what you mean, but not really about the. Because I haven't seen it firsthand. The preachiness or the recruitment video kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, like the God is.
I think it was very much a recruitment
video. Very heavy religious Christian. Movie.
Was that the name of it?
God is Not Dead. Yeah, and I watched it, and of course the Christians raved about it because for them that was a great movie, but to the rest of the world sitting out there, it's like it didn't mean anything. So, but this one I think has a good story. I don't think it was preachy, and I think it was balanced for the viewer to come in.
I think it's how to live, and it didn't mean that you had to be Christian to use most of the events that happened there and the experiences and how these people dealt with them. So I think it almost rises above just being a Christian film in a dismissive way. So I like that.
Right, which does it by it doesn't just talk, it actually does it, right?
Yeah.
It actually walks the talk. And that is cool. That part is cool. I'm pro stories. You know, I think
Yeah.
stories are gonna save the world.
Right.
Literally, stories are gonna save the world, and us telling our stories. So that I can't hate on it. But in terms of a movie, just like going in entertainment value and that kind of stuff, like oh my god, it was too much. Just like I mean, I know that was the story, but it was just literally the same thing over and over again. And I had a real problem with. Okay, she got in the middle of the movie. It just out of nowhere she was healed, and that all happened so quick. They really passed over that, and I didn't like that at all.
Well, remember, she really wasn't healed.
At all, ever in the movie,
Well, they said she was cancer-free.
cancer-free. Right?
That's a
So that
real
was all-
euphemism for let's wait and see. I think that's how if someone said you're cancer-free. There is no cancer-free in a sense. You know, in another sense there is. But
Right, like
she
right.
meant it like what they did exploded the cancer basically, and it was everywhere.
Right, and
So she had very little time left.
right. I understand. So like, when they did the whole thing though about like that part just for me was seen out of place a little bit. It wasn't out of place. It was very much part of the story. But
Yeah.
they brought her on stage and so she's been healed, and there are it just didn't feel like.
That's one of the cruelest things. Like my wife, one week she didn't have cancer, but one week she'd be ready to go to skills-based hospitals, and the next time she'd be in crisis again. We went through 4 returns to the ICU. And you'd build up your sense that things are going to be okay, and then they just fall apart.
Right. So it's a process, and
Yeah.
it's messy, and it's no one should be able to tell you how to do their process.
That was
but-
just her story. I think it
But
doesn't mean
felt
it's going to be true for
They
everyone.
were pushing it out. They just felt like it felt premature. Like they brought it on stage, and it just felt like and maybe that's and they weren't that happy that it had. They went in.
But she's never healed by God, right?
right.
And you have to somehow deal with that. Now, we used to have a saying when I was in hospice that dying is a kind of healing because
Right.
you're free of pain. and
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
So,
But is that just a way for us to
but
deal
that,
with it?
Well,
I
I
think so.
don't know. I never felt that was particularly satisfactory to
Right.
me.
I mean,
Has to make
you
us
know-
feel better. I think they're in a better place.
Right. Although I mean, I do. Yeah. I mean, when my grandmother passed, I know she was, and I know that it was. She was dancing, and so I know that there was joy in death. If that makes any sense, and yeah. So I guess just getting back to without getting too philosophical, just the idea of the actual movie, it just was a little bit much, and that part of it just seemed a little like
Seemed like it was long at that point.
yeah, oh yeah, it seemed like it could have ended, I suppose. I don't know. I guess, but I literally was sitting there going, am I not liking this because it's just saying the same stuff over and over and over again? I didn't know, and it wasn't allergies. I cried straight up, but not. I cried more at Onward than I did this, which is crazy. I don't know why. I don't know. I think I have my own issues I got to deal with. So
As opposed to the rest of us who don't have issues we have to deal with.
Well, I guess it's making it hard for me to review the movie right now. So but yeah.
Well, I thought overall it was well filmed. It was a good story. A little long in the middle. Could have shaved a little bit off in there. Yeah, but overall, I think it's still worth going and seeing. So from my side, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. I'm going to give it 2. I really enjoyed it, but it's got my 1 thumb. You?
Yeah, I'd definitely give it a
Thumbs up.
Wow. Well, if I had to commit, because can't be a hypocrite.
You
I'm
have
sure
to.
I was down.
Okay.
Wait, I can't mix it?
No,
You
because
can-
that's not committing. Because this is like I think is BS.
What?
I did that last time.
Which once again, I think
You
it's
can
Yeah,
have-
I'm doing
He won't
this.
say it's
Alright,
BS
alright,
until
alright.
later.
that's bull. You need to commit.
Well, thanks for watching A Room with 4 Views. You definitely had 4 views today, and we look forward to seeing you next week. You want to say bye to your fans?
Oh,
Bye,
later.
fans.
Later.
I can't work under these conditions.